Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the Bayside Jewel. I hope everybody is doing good. And this video here is about just being happy who you are as a people. All right? Just be yourself, we done been through so much, and there's so much information out there. I've done a video verifying Turtle Island and verifying Morocco. I was going to do a part 2 because there's a lot of information that I found out, but today I just don't feel that it's necessary. The one video that I did verifying Turtle Island and Morocco is enough. Do your research from there. I'm not going to keep elaborating, but I do have a couple of things I want to elaborate on. And to let you know that the Turtle Islanders, they do have a story to tell as to, why they call the land Turtle Island. And I'll kind of give it to you in a nutshell. They call it Turtle Island. According to them, a woman fell from the sky and a turtle tried to save her. And they went down in the water. Now this is something to the effect. It's not exactly. But they went down in the water and the turtle came back up and he had dirt in his mouth. And the fish and all the other sea animals took the dirt out of the turtle's mouth and started putting it on his back. And they kept doing that, putting dirt on the turtle's back. And that's how the land came to be Turtle Island. Hey, I didn't write it. That's their story. Okay? And another fact that I want to let you guys know is you probably didn't know these couple of things. Every July 15th, Washington, D.C. celebrates Morocco Day. Every July 15th, they celebrate Morocco Day. But they don't really announce it to the public, do they? Because I never knew about it until I started doing research. Yeah, but, they do put the Moroccan flag outside the White House. So why are they doing this? Why are they doing it, And the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys is, okay, they put the Moroccan flag out there. Yeah, they put the Moroccan flag out there every July 15th. And there was something else I was going to tell you guys. But anyway, information's out there. If you want to do your own research, you're going to come up with a lot. You really are. So, but the bottom line is, the land is colonized. It's colonized, I did stories trying to connect the dots best I could, starting back as far as Mansa Musa's brother, Abubakar II, right? I did that. So I'm going to tell it to you again. He took 1,000 ships and sailed over there to the land, which is now called America. And his folks stayed there and started integrating and intermarrying with the natives that was there on the land. Hey, this is the real stuff, you guys. So I also let you know that what they were calling Indian is actually Siberian and Mongolian. So if you got what they call Indian in you, you actually got Siberian or Mongolian in you. That's what it is, right? Now, when we integrated, we had thousands of tribes, you guys, thousands of tribes of people. Yeah, we were tribal, very tribal. Like I said, even I know on my mom's side, they claim to be uh, Blackfoot, having some Blackfoot in them. And on my papa's side, uh, I really don't know what my grandma is, but I can tell you she's something. But I've heard Sioux, I've heard Choctaw, but bottom line is, it's on both sides. Tribes on both sides. So, but I really don't know. But the thing about it is, you guys, is it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing for us to put back together. But I say, just accept we are who we are. And we are who we are. We're certainly a different kind of people. That's for sure. Me being over here on the continent, I could tell you that they have their culture and we definitely have ours. Our cultures are not the same. So I can admire and appreciate, watching them in their culture. But at the same time, I'm not losing my culture, who I am, and where my people are. I'm not going to forget that. So, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun watching them in their culture and the way they do things. And I see that there is a difference in our culture. There might be a couple of things that are similar, but for mostly, we got two different culture. And you think about it, after 400 or 500 years of separation, and keep in mind that not all of us was on the slave ships. They talking about they brought 12 million Africans to the land. Get out of here. They didn't make no 12 million. They didn't do that. That did not happen. Not no 12 million. I say probably 12 people at most. 12 people. They ain't had no time to be going back and forth, shipping over millions and millions of people. That didn't happen. On certain occasions, they might have had a couple at a time. Not even in the thousands, I don't think so. It's just me. I don't think so. But yeah, so just be who you are, and just honor your ancestors. And I can get it. When folks don't want to say when folks want to say they're not African, I understand it, but I understand a little farther also. So I certainly think that we are descendants of Africa, first and foremost, because Africa is the birthplace of humanity, right? In ancient Samaria, which is now the area which they call Baghdad, right? So, we certainly migrated, but you got some Africans that migrated thousands of years ago, and then you got some Africans that were a few Africans that was bought on the ships, right? And I swear, I really don't think that it was no 12 million people. No. And even if you do the research, how many people were in slavery in the 1600s in America? It'll tell you only like what they say? They say 4 million. 4 million people were in slavery. I Googled that. So if 4 million was in slavery, that's a long ways from 12 million. And that's not to say that they brought all those 4 millions over there, because most of us was already on the land, which our ancestors called Turtle Island or Morocco, But I told you some interesting facts, some interesting information in regards to how did we get in that situation too. And it's a very possibility that our ancestors not only seeded the land, they seeded the people as well. And that include the Siberians and Mongolians. Yeah. So, that would give these, the European invasion, in their heads, they think they have the right to do what they do and put people in slavery. In that regards, if they were, you know, because they won't or don't on the Moors over in Spain, and Moors end up ceding everything to these people. Hey, it's very possible. And that's very possible how we got in that situation because, even in the 1600s, I don't know if Moors were, destabilized 100%, but I tell you what, they sure in the hell didn't come to our rescue, did they? No, I hate to say it, because I rock with the Moors. I've learned a lot from Moorish science, and I know that their science is awesome, especially in the courtrooms. Awesome, yeah. So I appreciate the Moors, for acknowledging their status, and I think that's more so what it's all about because United States don't want anybody there that's native to the land to acknowledge them with true sovereignty. They don't want that. And we are sovereign people over there on that land. We are. We are the indigenous inhabitants of that land. And that's a fact, But, when that situation came about, that's how we lost our status. And if that wasn't the case, why did they go to the extreme of denationalizing us in 1774? That's what they did. They took away our royal status in 1774. That's what they did. They took away our royalty because Moors had taken us as their subjects, so we were considered to be royalty as well, and tied to the land. So, that's what Moors are trying to, get established over there is their sovereignty, and that's what folks in Turtle Island are trying to get established is their sovereignty, and rightfully so, But it's going to be a long, hard battle before these folks acknowledge your sovereignty. I swear, it something that it's like they'll never do. It's just like one of those reparation things, and that brings me to another point. We're talking about we demand reparations, right? But with these folks, you have to really know their linguistics, right? And according to them, it's actually called the unfulfilled promise, not reparations. So maybe we should be seeking the unfulfilled promise instead of reparations. I get it. They owe us reparations, but maybe that might be the wrong word to demand. Maybe we should demand the unfulfilled promise. But anyway, it's getting to be a little long, and I just wanted to check in here with you guys here at the Bayside Jewel, and hope everybody is doing good. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else, man. Things is getting really rough with this war with Israel and Palestine. Now Iran done got involved, and Iran done fired off some missiles, man, over at Israel. And Israel is like a favorite ally of the U.S. So Iran has basically said, "Come on, to the U.S. Come on, I'll show you what we got." They basically said that they don't have no fear of the U.S. So it's a scary time, you guys. It's a scary time, and I just want to tell you. Some of you might be ready, man. Go make sure you get your passports in case you have to dip up out of that camp. To a safer spot. You may not. I don't think there's any place that's truly safe on this planet, but a more better, peaceful location if you need to dip out, fly out, you know? So, yeah, keep that in mind. Brother Bay here. We're going to check back with y'all later in a little bit. Until the next time, we out of this camp. Peace.